Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. So I've been going through all of my foundations, especially being home with COVID. I don't have COVID, but I mean just with quarantine and everything, I've been trying to go through the foundations that I have so I can test other ones and not waste any product. So I'm curious how many of you guys are doing that. I'd love for you to leave a comment down below if you found one in your stash that you forgot about, that you love during this time. So today I wanted to do a video on my top 6 skin-like foundations. I love skin-like foundations. That is my go-to when I'm looking for a foundation. Some of these I'm going to share have light coverage and some of them have full coverage, but they are still very skin-like. So let's go ahead and get started. I am close to 40 years old. I have dry skin. It is kind of dry combination. So I do make sure that I stay well moisturized before putting on any foundation. Okay, so I'm going to start with the higher end ones first and work my way down towards the drugstore. The first one is the Lancome Tint Miracle. This foundation, I honestly forgot I even had it. I love this foundation. This is a little too light for me, to be honest. What shade it is? 140 Ivory N. It kind of makes my skin look like a porcelain doll when I was wearing this. So I do actually need like a shade up from this, but this is the color I used to wear. So I'm just looking over at my notes. When I put this on the other day, it has a satin matte finish. It almost sets down to like a powder-like formula. It does not look like dry and powdery or anything like that. I just mean the consistency of it just reminds me of like if you put Bare Minerals on your skin and buffed it in like after it sets down. It has medium coverage foundation. It does not require any setting. So the only place I set was underneath my eyes with some powder, and I'll place the powder down below if you're curious what I've been using to powder under my eyes, but otherwise you need no powdering with this. And the other thing that I forgot, because it's been so long since I've worn this, is that it has that Lancome scent to it. It's not floral at all because I can't do floral, but it has like that sunscreen, powdery, what you think of when you think of Lancome scent to it. It is gorgeous though. It's very, very pretty. Now, one that I do not have with me in my stash because I used it all up is also Lancome, but I wanted to talk about it because it is also very skin-like. It is the Lancome Regenerate, I think I'm saying that right, foundation. It is to me a little bit more on the runny side than this foundation. I will link the color that I wear down below, but if I had to choose between the Tint Miracle and the Regenerate, I actually prefer the Regenerate one. I just feel like it does not settle down to like a powder-like foundation. It stays more of like a satin, it's not even a satin matte, it's more of a, how do I want to describe it? Just a natural lit within look. And it's very lightweight. This one is too, but it's just a lighter consistency. So in my preference, I like the Regenerate one more than this one. So if you have this one and you like it, try the Regenerate because you might also be a fan of that one as well. All right, those are all actually the higher end ones I have. The other ones are all drugstore options that are just as gorgeous in my opinion as the high end. So let's go ahead and start. Let's kind of move backwards. We'll start with full coverage and go to my lightest. So my fullest coverage one is the L'Oreal True Match. This is in the shade N1 Soft Ivory. I had this on the other day and it is a matte with a slight satinness to it, but it is more matte than the Tint Miracle and it is full coverage. I generally do not lean for full coverage, but if you're going somewhere and you need full coverage and you want your skin to just look perfected and skin-like, but there is nothing showing through, this is really, really good. Okay, then the next one is the one I'm wearing currently. This is my number 7 Airbrushed Away. It is in the shade Calico. I did a video on this talking about products that make me feel gorgeous, and I'll link it down below if you have not seen that video. This foundation I don't really hear people talking about, and it is so, so pretty. I just love the natural lit within look that it gives you. It is a light to medium coverage foundation. but it just looks so pretty on the skin. So this is the one that I currently have on, and if you're curious of anything else that I'm wearing, I will link it all down below. Okay, the next one, originally when I did a review on Revlon Candid Glow, I was not a fan, to be honest with you, at first. But after using it, as you can see, I've used up the whole tube now over like a month. I actually fell in love with it. This is in the shade 110 Porcelain. I found that I think when I did the initial one, I put way too much on and I didn't like the way it sit on my skin. But I learned if I use very little and buff it in with a brush, it looks gorgeous. This is more of a light, somewhat medium coverage foundation that has a natural just skin tint to it. It's so pretty. I use it every single day on the go. It's just great. So if you're looking more for a light to medium, that would be this one. And then the lightest of all the ones that I have is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I rave about this one all the time. This is also a go-to every day for me. This is Natural Ivory 20, but this is, like it says, a skin tint. It makes your skin look perfected. I just love the consistency of it. It's like a cream foundation. It does have like this doe foot wand, I'll show you, but it's just, it's so pretty. It just makes your skin look perfect, and makes it look like you're wearing nothing, but it just looks perfected. So this is definitely the lightest coverage. It is a light coverage foundation, but it just for everyday use looks so pretty. So these are the 6 foundations that look skin-like on my skin. I'd love to know which ones that you have that maybe I did not mention that you love as well. So I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe before leaving. Have a great day, guys.